Well, we have Joey Davis from Jasper Newton Electric on the phone with us now this morning. Good morning, Joey.
Good morning. How are you?
We're warm, unlike a lot of people around Southeast Texas, though. What are you seeing as far as power outages, and are you doing the same as Entergy? We just talked with them about the rolling power outages. Are you having to do that as well?
As of right now, we have not received any official word from ISO for any rolling power outages right now. We currently have approximately 49 meters without power. 20 of those are just south of Jasper, and 29 of those, the other ones, are remaining in the Deweyville area. We do have about 700 meters that are without power. We actually have a portion of some of our meters are served out of the ERCOT service region, and so we have those members. They're actually on the rolling power outages through the ERCOT request. But as of right now, we have not received any official word or anything from ISO. Of course, it's a concern for all of us because anytime, we're a winter peaking utility, much like the rest of the utilities in this area, and when you have cold temperatures like we're experiencing right now, most people have to keep their homes with electric heat, space heaters, or anything like that, so it causes a strain on the grid.
Joey, what's your best advice to residents who currently have power right now? How can they conserve that energy to prevent an outage? Well,
I mean, one thing, most people are going to heat their homes. That's the number one priority. If they could, turn their thermostat down, I realize that, to about 65, 68 degrees. I know it's not the most comfortable setting for some people, but it is a tolerable setting that would help us, prevent us to getting that, have to shed load or anything. But, one thing would be that they could also, if you're not using any rooms, they're not occupied, close those rooms, maybe place a blanket or a towel or something at the threshold of the door area just to keep any air escaping. Also, window blinds, they could close their blinds, curtains, anything like that, and just unplug any appliances that aren't being used, turn off lights. These are good habits to be in as far as regardless if you're in a situation like we are right now, if you're not in a room, turn the light off. Just helps. It's just good practices to have anyway, regardless of where we're at right now.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Joey, so if you're not doing the rolling outages, then it's probably safe to assume that your outages are weather related. So can we also then assume that as the temperatures rise that it will help you restore power?
Sure. One of the, talking about restoring power, the 49 meters that we do have out right now are related to the weather. And the roads have been a concern for us, much like anyone else. TxDOT and the other agencies have done a really good job trying to keep the roads clear for us to get to the outages to have them restored. So that's been a challenge for us. But yes, would hopefully that as the temperatures do increase, the ice will start melting some, and then we can maybe get some more, better area to be able to move into and restore the power.
Joey, you mentioned the roads being a challenge. Is there any other challenges that you guys that are facing right now? Any more obstacles from here on out to the rest as the day unfolds?
Well, we've had, typically, the ground's, saturated. Any type of, winds that we may get could cause problems. But getting to the areas, we're in a rural area where, you have a lot of county roads that you may go down that's not paved. And to get to those, if you had to replace poles or anything like that to get to, anytime the ground is wet like it is we've been experiencing, would make it challenging as well. But I don't think it's going to fix that. It's just, some dry days. But of course, we got more events coming like this week.
I know that after a hurricane, when the electricity goes off, a lot of times they tell us to turn off, go to your electric box there and turn off some of the breakers. Is that advised in a situation like this, or is it just fine to keep those like they are?
Well, I mean, it's I'm not certain why they would be going and turn off the breakers, I guess, and maybe not use certain appliances. You know, the best place it would be right now that we would just recommend is have our members or anyone out there, like I said, if you're not using your lights, you know, you're not in the room, turn the lights off. Just conserve energy would help us right now in this moment. As far as, you know, hurricanes, you know, it's a little different related to if there's damage to the, you know, to the transmission grid or the distribution system. And you could have an overload in some things like we had through Hurricane Laura, where the, you know, the infrastructure is fragile. Anytime you have damaging winds, and like we experienced with Laura or Delta, and this right here is a little bit different because of the ice buildup that was concerned with it, but we don't have that now. So right now, our big focus is making sure that we can conserve our energy so we can meet the capacity that we need for generation.
All right, Joey Davis with Jasper Newton Electric. Thank you so much for your time this morning. I know you guys are very busy. Be safe, and we appreciate all that you and your linemen are doing to help us get the lights back on.
You bet. Thank you. We appreciate you as well.